All right. Good morning. I'm righty. This is like the the middle of the historical Rakanda plantation. So you can see all the coconuts, the palm trees. They're, they're quite tall already. I think they're exhausted already. But this is the scenery. Some 10 to 15 years ago, maybe 20 years, I traveled by vehicle on this very this was like a two-lane track that the vehicles and the tractors were used to follow. Right now it's all covered up already by the green vegetation. This is a type of scenery after the cocoa and the coconut plantation, you know. And so you don't see any cocoa trees anymore. I think in some other uh, sites of the plantation, but right here in the middle of the plantation. George, can you give a few words in regards to the situation that we have, especially when the diocese had given up on their plantation here, and well, it was a very big plantation, and it used to financially, and I think it was the reason why the Duke of York and Milmila Parish was given to the Diocese of KVN to fund the operations of the missionary church. George. George is one of our church elders. He's from he, he, he hails from Myoko Island. It's one of our populated island here on the. So I think what we really trying to do here also is in regards to the population and also the sea rising. So we're gonna be rehabilitating like how people, if we need to move our people say to parts of this mission title land. Um, George, what can you say about the present situation in regards like in this area now? We're seeing that we don't have any cocoa trees and like like what we continue to hear the parish leaders telling us that they're giving out plots to families, to individuals to come and to clean up and then to plant cocoa. But then as we heard, we're hearing from them also, they're complaining that most of the people who have been given plots, they're not planting cocoa, they're just doing gardens. So I think the cocoa growers now have been asked to come in and to support the farmers, individual persons, if they want to get cocoa seedlings, and we can be assisted by the cocoa growers. I think it's an association of cocoa farmers of East New Britain. George, what can you say about the situation now that we seeing, all the green, but we don't have any cocoa trees. But this used to be the heart of especially the track that we're standing on. This was the two-lane cement track built by Benny Miller, which used to, like I traveled this one I think 2 or 3 times on a vehicle from Rakanda. Rakanda is on the other side, at the back of George, and then travel to Milmila. Milmila is the parish center. It's at the end of this track here. We just came this way this morning. So George, you may talk on.
Yeah, thank you. Maybe short team taso. In fact, we can brand them. Yeah.
Looking at Mr. Brown, plantation lo government before company to Basa, this plan in Basa. It is a future of like we planting cocoa and this stuff. It is a future in Balsa, Empa.
Discussion si uklong go yet. Now Paris Council ikamen wanted is la project lo growers lo kakao na igat one bla business am tu Paris emi create team sentence ka consolidation by look long all projects long rehabilitation plantation. Na one bla all look now lo tepin lo balsa. Ibin gat balsa trial ibin kama finish long sampla ye go finish. I think sampla balsa mi play binawas team long last year. Before last year na mi play wok long salim Paris wok long kisim diklik to long na this year hopefully all three composite is la company we all by only I tepin all like alpim long rehabilitating is la program long therapy back plantation long Rakanda only got interest strong play interest long come back here.
Lo mapo lo tabar one kind we play asking bishop na bishop signing one pla paper by all people all BCC go inside na plan him cacao project long Paris but long all plan him cacao all hectare inside long all for big plantation long machine him sha call him before where diocese got a free old land title and tap long all case belong Rakanda this level come up good.
This la process mi oklong ko na thank you also pateri come now by me play next week sit down and by help me play lo some plow look by advice me play lo one more process but because for so long matas been starting this la walk about but been losing me play so me play no been got Paris na plant something me yang come up so
you play lo Paris level mi workload looking mo by hat by you meet a solo Paris workload kind big program also and as Rakanda was contributing financially like greatly to the diocese of Keviang, the Catholic diocese of Keviang. You George as a church leader now at the parish level, what is it that you want to say to the diocese? How can the diocese or the diocese should the diocese just like just stay out or they should really come in and get involved and you know yeah.
Thank you. Really, me play like him by diocese, but must really come inside na by supporting me play or back him up me play financially. Me play handicap. Me play no na long make him anything without him finance. Na me play believe also long diocese long imi long keveng and been benefit good through long time Rakanda been operate well. Now Rakanda go down na. Only work long blending me play or long branding me play also me play appendix long keveng. Now this la emino alright because only benefit or only operate finish long financially Rakanda work long supporting all and it long milmila Paris but now all no look now long me plan now.
Yeah. Okay, so what is the bigger thing still is that we don't have any dispute over the title, huh? So could that be like involvement law diocese because rightfully the title of the plantation like ground yeah stop yet and it long machine
Iga diglik sekim come up now all narplol all traditional landowners the machine been kim ground long only sekim now me plan I been got some play I think pater no good been some story finish me play teram no man and the lim this situation now I'm go big plan now already all is online I'm only come inside finish lo sample half now only settle finish.
What you're saying is that they only dispute him title.
Only dispute him is la free all title belong.
Yeah, so what we're saying is that we do not have any issue with the traditional landowners. They are fighting themselves amongst themselves. Our issue is that the diocese has the title like a freehold land ownership, freehold land. So I think I'm understanding this as
That's
something.
understanding, but
And that is where you're saying that the diocese not only financially, but in regards personal, like we have a lands officers there in the diocese. What is your what would you like the lands officer
I
to
suggest they really coming.
Yeah.
I suggest they must coming because we have a big problem too with the growth center,
Yeah.
the high school. These pieces of land, land were given and only no settling all good.
Yeah.
Now this la issue lo rambung too. Emi still stop here.
Decide law JR.
Na JR two and one pla only met two. So only must come in two lands lo limi lo keveng must come in all must clarify.
So what you're saying is good plat teamwork lo diocese na lo parish we can work lo rehabilitate him.
So all by me mas for me mon pla good pla team, me work one time no me achieve also something because me got strong pla asset.
Yeah.
Me got.
So for the time being, it's just like rehabilitating the plantation. But George, you were like an high school teacher. Now you stop long place, young man, but you know retire. You think lo go back at long teaching. What is the situation now? You stop the island lo miyoko. This is like sea rising, na population. So like the future of the land here also is like if it's still with the church, then well now we're using it for like finance, like money, plantation and stuff. But the future of the island or island blo imilo duko fioksos. So level blo solwara blo kam population. You think also but you rehabilitate him to sampla long all islanders blo imi too long all this all kind ground also stop and tap ligli also. One kind manam na this all rehabilitation work lo kama.
I think Bishop Ambrose even put in place clear good through. Also by me mas Catholic Church lo ani lo mimila parish and by mas olim pass him good is like ground look out him good protect him until because em ting lo pupu blong em especially all Catholic all followers all parishioners blong imi long Catholic na planti lo mo live long Miyoko Island now she rise and really affecting me bla na mi bla by isot long ground net long mi bla by settle.
So what you saying to the diocese and to everyone or that are stakeholders or involved lo work one time lo humanity this law long holding past title long giran lo is so paramount and so important because it's not only the money that we are after but like to protect the land that future generations.
That's
If whenever like all island lo yumi go down or get our population yumi put him relocate him na sampla long all population lo yumi to come lo this la giran.
yes, yes. And just like thinking he must come up, and by come up. Na me like him throw by me encourage him. Na me must continue him this la process because life all people, especially Catholic law how body settle now talk long God by continue long go long all, livelihood long all, and me must alright.
George itu pula pater big morning through itu pula kam way itu pula silip when itu pula lego
Me to blah big
box
morning
misaya is tabak side le.
me to blah by go visit all pater you come long all program long em lo visit him all BKK all BCC. And now me to blah by go me to blah by go stop one time BCC long Saint Isidore long tapapal long morning na bien long belo santam pam ta ko join mall Saint Matias long Rakanda long tete long isla. All narapla all one walk belum itu pla only silipet na minus all ba join me to pla pater biayan suppose only can come.
Bian lo miyoko
Bian long Rakanda yang play ko long Miyoko long Thursday pater by go Lotus school misa one time Kabin primary school because you got population blockade like Sumatin staff long ya only no mo come go school long Mila but only staff long Kabin primary school. Now from there kami play go pater by go sit down or team one time pater by sit down one time all BC long Saint Philomena igatim all naraplo churches all staff one time lisla community you know one kind of say all naraplo tripla em long area 3 now long Miyoko all naraplo tripla all BCCs Saint Ignatius Saint Joan of Arc na Saint Ludwig em all pure Catholic so all staff all staff long all BCCs but Saint Philomena got big problem so na patera mi putin priority lo em by mas go na by stop one time all no good by sleep one time all.
and then after that
Long Friday pater by misa finish one time online long area 3 na em by go long area 4 long west coast by visit him area 4 long west coast em long Tampakar Kapasilayo na.
yeah George in regards strategic planning management administration pastoral we have projections say if we work our visions our missions to 150 years right now this year we already like 112 years Catholic faith here on our islands here in Dukofiok. What can you say you as a teacher by heart very important and educationist but in regards to like pastoral planning strategic planning management and programming and all this ones so 150 years like 30 more years so if we plan like such things like now the plantation into really like this planning culture what can you say about it?
mi ting lo mi olsem. Ba mi mas capture him ting long pater we mi kam long. Parish council mas sit down ko tuan pater na bayar him because you must prepare long 150 years. So planning long mi like now Parish council only got him this la 5-year pastoral plan. This la MO right, but by me extending me go long another 30 years or then by me come up long 150. So this la plan na M good plan. So suppose me sit down in good also something then by me like ting long pater by me start achieving within a period of 5 years or 1 year we will be start achieving one thing at a time because then plant is something like they are all over the place. So
Puas next year they'll be celebrating our 50 years golden jubilee. Lavanga is like 4 years time they'll be celebrating 100 years centenary. Lemasong next year Tabar is coming. Anir they got 13, 14, 16 years preparation now. So you too long Duke of York you come in lo this la culture. All narpla parishes blame me too lo dices all come inside lo this. Lo finish rain I will come down George. Tok blow you now lo dices blockade. Work blow localization you looking Bishop Ambrose mo se papa na. Narpla papa big man Archbishop Emeritus ya kal mi go work custom long and lo die long. But you finish him talk lo talk also kevin dices shows stop life local shows. Is this the experience of the local church now?
thank you. Lo parish level lo mila parish inokat. Mi luki mo sem disla inokat. So tok lo mi go long keveng daisi suppose you fully implement him this la look long local shows long narap lo parishes finish long keveng. I think mo better by you start look ikam na face mi plato. So sigaton la dirimani stop. Na mipla I think by this year mipla by give him last pla look now pateri mikan and mixing report go back. Suppose inoka this pla look now long support him this pla walk about long care up back mila long come up local shows. Then mipla by look go now long rokusta tamay long at dices long rabaw long unaboke. Last pla tok long.
Okay, thank you George because you look also na rin I will come down so by to masara have look about.
Thank you Pastor. Bye Pastor.
Yeah, thank you long top. But thank you lo you kundar you big man, you married man, plus subay puputa sol you carry box misayat.